New listeners, old listeners, students of Professor Sumner's political science course. Welcome to Bretton Woods. Behind me, you'll see the world-famous Mount Washington Hotel and Resort and like ski experience or whatever the fuck they call it these days. Erected in 1902, gained fame as the hosting site for the International Monetary Conference in 1944, put on by one Harry Dexter White. The International Monetary Conference at Bretton Woods was a delegation of 44 countries that came together and set the gold standard at $35 an ounce, and then used the American dollar as the backbone of international currency. So the American dollar would be specifically placed as like the only dollar that was truly backed by the gold standard, and then every other international currency would be backed by the American dollar, which is insane. Look at this absolute monolith of a building, erected in 1902 against the backdrop of some of the most beautiful mountains you'll ever see. Harry Dexter White set this delegation here. It wasn't an accident. Like, here in the White Mountain National Forest, it's hugely isolated and vast, like beyond imagining, and gorgeous, but also so far from anything. Even me just driving out here right now was like an hour from the nearest town. And look at this. Full-scale grandeur. There, hidden behind the clouds, is Mount Washington, the tallest peak in the Northeast. Point of setting that conference out here was to show the international financiers from 44 countries that we can build anywhere. We've got endless amounts of land. We've got these giant, gorgeous, intimidating vastnesses of wilderness that we're not even touching. We set up massive 5-story hotels in the middle of it, hours from anywhere. Still look at them because they're pretty. Like, you want us to back your money because we're crazy impressive. Something cool. Water right down there. That is where the Russian delegate, former ballerina, used to swim naked during the conference. A crazy collection of people from all over the world. It was insane. Not as insane as this view, though. Do you see this? You know what they didn't have during the International Finance Conference? A full arcade. This is the downstairs. You know, it's taken a little doing, but I think I found what I'm looking for. Be expected that, you know, the passage of time, not everything is going to maintain its grandeur and its elegance over time. But where is... Do on Delete Everything is we provide context. So I wanted to come out specifically to this spot for our special bonus episode. Not at all partnered with the University of Minnesota. Not partnered with the University of Minnesota, I want to be very clear. But since I was going to be in this area anyway for personal reasons, I wanted to feel it. You can only learn so much from internet research, books. Oh, excuse me, folks. That's only one thing I'm looking for here. I feel like I just walked into like Saruman's lobby. This is the site. This is the location that changed international finance forever. It's pretty. That's where they keep them. Pretty goddamn cool, though. Pretty goddamn cool. I come out here so that I can sort of like get into the headspace of why, if you're going to take an entire committee of international people and bring them to America for a conference, you would ship them all the way out into the middle of the White Mountains. At a time where, like, I mean, there were roads. There were great roads. We were still kind of working on the American highway system in the 40s and 50s. So it was very, very rural, very, very isolated. And they came by train anyway. It was obviously just a show. Look at us. Look at how great we are. Look at how beautiful it is here. This is America. We just saved you in the war. You can trust us. Anyway, thank you guys very much for tuning in, paying attention. If you didn't catch the podcast already, you should probably tune in to delete everything on like Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever you listen to. Check out the special bonus episode, not at all partnered with the University of Minnesota. It's the only episode that we're going to say that about, but it's true. Thank you all very much for tuning in and giving me an excuse to come out here, because it's unbelievable out here. I'm really glad I made the trip. I feel like I understand things a little bit better now. To really understand, I'm going to have to come back out here again in the summer. Darn.